Hey, what's up? It's Kristen back with another video. Um, as you can see, I did go ahead and get my eyebrows done for Resurrection Sunday so that I can look presentable or whatever. I did not do my edges today. I did attempt to brush what was happening up there. Didn't last long. Today was kind of a big day. I have to do a lot of talking. And I'm probably gonna have another day like that or like this on Friday. Today's Tuesday. I was thinking about recording a Music Monday, but I don't know. My battery is low, and I'm hungry, which is irritating because I've already snacked. Well, it's lunch, but it wasn't like a big lunch. It's very like light. But I'm probably just gonna eat more snacks and maybe watch a movie. I think also partially because of I did more stuff today than I normally would, which was socializing. That drained me more than usual. Obviously, I'm used to not talking to anybody all day, except for you. So yeah, I didn't want to do a video where I had to talk. Well, not had to talk, but at least, did something that was remotely almost entertaining in some kind of way. So that's why I'm doing this. It's actually going to be pretty quick. It's a gift that I got from my honorary grandfather. It's not my actual grandfather, but he's known me for over 20 years, which is the majority of my life. And he's always taken care of me. Yeah. So anyway, what was I gonna say next? I was gonna do something and then another thought popped into my head. What was it? What was it about? I was gonna do this and then what was I gonna do? I was gonna say something. What was it? Oh, I remember now. Okay, took me a second. Before I explain why I'm recording myself now, I did have another thing that happened today that was positive. So nothing terrible happened today. And I say that with a very straight face, because yeah. So even though today drained me and used a lot of dopamine or what's that? I don't know. Whatever my medication is supposed to add. Serotonin, I think. I don't know. Whatever. I used a lot more of that than I normally would. So anyway, back to the positive note. I tried to see if I could become an Amazon influencer or something. Didn't know that was a thing. I just saw it, I think, on Instagram or Threads. I don't know where I saw it. I spend a lot of time on Instagram and Threads now. We love Threads. It's the alternative to old Twitter, which we will not further discuss. But yeah. So instead of the Amazon influencer thing, I think I got denied for that, or was deemed ineligible for that because I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. So help me out, because life be lifing, and we live in a capitalist society, and the labor market is the way it is, and I'm the way I am. And I'm just trying to make a living out here. I'm just trying to survive like everybody else. The traditional route doesn't always work out for me, obviously. And I was doing really good this past time around because I had a lot of support that I didn't have before, that was difficult to find before. And then also, I was in a different state when all of that started. I moved states because the state that I was in, although it had supports, it was more expensive. And interestingly enough, I moved to a state that I thought was more affordable. And now I am dealing with tax stuff. I don't understand how people can be taxed when they have nothing to tax. So that's something that has been going on. I haven't received an update about that today. But that's very frustrating and discouraging, especially given the year that I've had. So I don't know what's to come financially or otherwise, but I do know that a good thing happened today. And I finally made some moves on an idea that I had. Wasn't able to do that today because of the stuff, but I'm hoping that tomorrow, when I have more energy and can focus, then I can do that. Also, I need my voice for that. Spoiler alert. And my voice has been used more than usual today. So, yeah, I got some soup coming from Panera. So I'm going to have that today and tomorrow. To go with some leftovers from Easter. Don't judge me, but my leftovers are mostly bread. Actually, at this point, all of my leftovers are bread. And so yes, I ordered from Panera Bread to add to my bread. But anyway, I'm okay. There's protein in it. Obviously I have to be mindful about that, so I'm not out here just eating loaves of bread like I used to. I now include other items in my diet, or I try to. And then there's Bible study later, which was another reason why I was like, what do I want to do? So yeah, this is gonna be a quick one, and I only have a few more minutes left to record anyway because my phone is full of stuff. Obviously I do a lot of collecting of pictures and such to make my videos. I did start using Canva yesterday as well to progress in the area that I was going to try to progress in, which you may hear more about later. Also, another caveat that just came up. I don't know if caveat is the right word. Caveat would be like if I was talking about the same thing, but it's actually a different thing. So I think it's technically a tangent. So a tangent, there's another season of Love on the Spectrum, and not that I'm trying to get on the show, but it's slightly offensive if I'm being honest. Like the first season, I was like, okay. But I don't know. It's slightly offensive because it's geared toward, I don't know if it's geared toward neurotypical people or neurodivergent, whatever the proper way to say it is, people. Like if it's like a for us bias situation, it's FUBU, for us bias situation, or if it's like, listen, world, autistic people are people too. You know what I mean? Like it's true, but why do you have to make the announcement that way? I don't know. It's a weird way to advocate for. It's Autism Awareness Month. That's probably why they have a new season. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like so my issue particularly is because I feel like a lot of these support or advocacy shows only focus on people that have like maybe a higher level or a more intricate diagnoses, and people like me who already are not really on the radar at all for autism spectrum get overlooked, and it fails to include us, people that don't necessarily have a lot of comorbidities or don't necessarily have any physical limitations or isn't nonverbal. Um, um, and so people that are like the level ones or the high functioning or whatever, it doesn't really give, from what I've seen, an adequate representation of life for us, because it's not the same for everyone. You met one autistic person, and I think it fails to be truly inclusive. There are some autistic people that can do relationships and get married and all that stuff, and there are autistic people that can't do that or have more difficulty doing that. There are autistic people that have difficulty holding a coherent conversation verbally, and there are autistic people who have less difficulty. There's going to be some difficulty with the condition anyway, but less so and versus more so. And you know, level ones are generally the most undiagnosed, and level one autistic people are still autistic, and that's something that's a bigger conversation. So that's my speech on Autism Awareness Month. Autism doesn't look one way. It doesn't sound one way. It doesn't feel one way. We won't all have the same treatment plans, or we won't all have the same coping mechanisms. We all are individuals anyway. But that's a bigger discussion. Anyway, I'm here because I got this. And of course, it is backwards. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is complicated. I'm trying to, okay, is it, no, it's still backwards. How can I do this? Maybe I'll invert it. when I edit it. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So this is a book I got, and it's super cool, and um, it's about Southside Chicago ladies. Obviously, it's called Southside Impresarios. How Race Women Transformed Chicago's Classical Music Scene by Samantha Egg, Eggy, Eggy. I have to research that. Eg, maybe? Each? Maybe it's each. But anyway, this is it. It is like I told my mom it's like a museum in a book. Literally. So it goes through music in American life. This phone is about to, well, the battery's about to, not the battery, the filming space. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably do a part 2 since I'm running out of recording time. But it has a lot of stuff in it, and like pictures. Let me see. Pictures, and also has like music stuff in it. Let's see if I can find something. Anywhere they entered. Let me see here. I'm trying to find it before. Okay, I'm back. And I have more recording space now because I deleted some stuff. Yep. Okay. That's what I was talking. I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I should show this. It's fine. I don't know why you needed theme song music, but yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna go through like the whole book, but I am quite excited about this. And I can show some other books that I have in I call it my library. It's really just a bookshelf, and only one of the shelves is full. So it's like a bookshelf with several, what do you call them? Several shelves, but only one of them is full. I am technically in my office right now, even though I don't use it much. I used it today, and I'm using it now, but oh yeah, this is cool. There we go. I think, and then look, Center for Black Music Research at Columbia College, Chicago. That's where Lena Waithe went, which is a whole other topic of obsession. I was considering applying. I started my application, but I have not submitted it. A lot of the times you have to like submit letters of recommendation and all that stuff. So I will let you know if I decide to proceed with that. But as of right now, I don't know. Another reason why I was so excited about this is because Sinners just came out, which is a whole other video. Because yeah, and so this is also about Chicago history, and I was like really into how they showed like a lot of Chicago history in the film. And then I flipped this open, and is music in here, and actually I was looking at taking some formal lessons for what church is it? Taking some lessons like formally with a school. So maybe I will. Depends on money and all that stuff. Let's see here. And then they have one with a whole band. And so you see the sheet music for all of the instruments. And I'm just really excited about this because, as I was saying, I was considering getting a music book and just trying to teach myself a lot of that stuff that I had learned or become familiar with prior. Yeah, if you don't know, this here be the famous mouth of the South Side. South Side? Anyway, oh, this is how my grandma's, I don't even know what you would call it. I don't know what kind of room it was before it was her salon. But yeah, having a salon in your house was like, that was a thing. She didn't have a basement. It was one of those old style homes, like how they make them down south. So there's like no basement or anything. But she had a salon. And this reminded me of my cousin Sarah Sofa's shop, where she did hair in the back and sold her clothes that she made in the front. If you don't know what Sarah Sofa is, look it up. Chicago, Illinois, Sarah Sofa. Yeah, so I'm just really intrigued by this because it has a lot of Chicago history, Black, South Side, my people, and so it's also a bit of I guess encouragement or like inspiration in that it's like, wow, like these people did that. They did something. You know, they weren't sitting around doing nothing like I'm doing or was doing. They got up and made things happen, and they were talented, and it's just really cool. And so this is one of them that has the instruments. The clarinet is on here, and let's see, they have. I played regular, not the bass, but not bass clarinet. So this is really exciting. Yeah, I'm quite excited to try to do some of these songs. So this is a book recommendation. I'm very picky about books. I don't read all books, and I don't read all the time. I'm more likely to read a movie in a different language than I am to read like a random book, which is odd as a writer, I know, but it's one of those autistic things, actually, where things don't actually sometimes they seem like a contradiction until you dig deeper into why. But yeah, so this is awesome. I am excited. This isn't the first book he's given me that has been like astronomically awesome. So if you would like to see some of the other books I have, I can definitely show that. Black Chicago Renaissance. Yeah. What's crazy is like there's now a Black Hollywood Renaissance, and I mean, my pick for that is have like Lena Waithe be the chairperson of that. I'm biased, obviously, but I think, you know, if it came with a title, leader of the Black Renaissance of Hollywood, it would, I mean, it could go to her. Promising young artist. Aww. So it's also really nice to have someone see something in you, I guess, and invest in that. And he's always done that. Yes, he has the money to do that, which is a whole other thing, but yeah, and he's not Black, not at all, and it is very I feel like there's a reason, you know, for everything, and him being in my life has made a big difference, and the way that he came into my life is a different you know, story that I'm not gonna get into right now, but yeah, it's this is really cool, and it means a lot to have someone give me something like this. So yeah, here's a book recommendation from Kristen, and now you know why I recommend it. Okay. If this video was terrible, sorry. It's my first one of this kind. The crazy thing about this as well, I'm trying to let it go, my battery's dying, but the crazy thing about this as well is that a lot of the dates in this book are like to the date of our current week, or our current day. So that would have been 110 years ago, you know, almost to the date that these things were happening. So it's really cool to me. And then the Chicago Symphony Orchestra is mentioned in here, and fingers crossed I will be able to go see Cynthia Erivo with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra of today. Colored women have a genius for leadership. Emma Azalea Hackley. That is a quote from the book. Yup. So that is my hope. Of course, we have no idea what my future holds, but here's hoping. Southside Impresarios is an ode to the known and unknown Black female practitioners who instilled others with the power and passion to make classical music theirs, and to the institutions and associations that these race women founded and fostered in their collective yet multiplex image. That's one sentence. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Bye.